Right guys, so hello, welcome back to another video. Just doing a quick little morning ride out before I go to work, just so I can have a proper listen of what this exhaust sounds like now I've put the quiet baffles in from Vance and Hines. Sounding pretty good at the moment. Seems to run quite nice. I think he did have a tune up when it had the Vance and Hines short shots and the Screaming Eagle stage 1 air intake fitted, because I've got a tuning kit for it. Yeah, I've got the orange Screaming Eagle tuner at home, which the bloke gave me who I brought the bike off. It hasn't got any leads to it though, but he had it given to him by the guy who actually fitted the Vance and Hines short shots and the Screaming Eagle air intake, which is down here. So with having that device, he must have fitted, he must have flashed the ECU with a new map, I would have thought, because it pulls absolutely brilliant all through the rev range. It's great. And I'm riding this after coming from a Triumph Street Triple, so it's a totally different ride out altogether. I had a Triumph Street Triple 675, and yeah, it's a different kettle of fish altogether, this bike is. I wanted it as just basically more of a chilled out weekend plodder where I could just enjoy the ride basically and enjoy the scenery instead of flying around the lanes on a sports bike. You can take a lot more in when you're on something a lot slower, and it is quite enjoyable. It's quite nice. I've always wanted a Harley Davidson. It's quite a nice bike. This is only the smaller model, the Sportster 883, but it's more than enough. It's more than capable for what you need on our British roads. And it just sounds absolutely phenomenal. It did have the Vance and Hines short shots on it with the standard baffles, which if you take a look at my shorts, you'll see on there the before and after. It's not a huge difference having the quiet baffles fitted, but it takes away, it's hard to explain, it takes away the high pitch notes of the exhaust and makes it a more deeper sound, a more deeper tone, which, to be honest, I absolutely love. It sounds brilliant. It's a much deeper sound. It sounds more aggressive. Whereas the high pitched pops and the popping noises, and you got a lot of popping on decel and stuff like that, and it's just a bit too much. I've placed my mic in a different place today. It's still inside my helmet, but I'm not sure whether I positioned it in a good spot or not. I'm hoping that you can actually hear the exhaust. I wouldn't mind. I haven't got time this morning because I've got to go work, but I wouldn't mind doing some drive-by shots. Yeah, just pull over somewhere and pitch my camera up and then do a couple of little drive-bys so you can hear what it sounds like, but hopefully you can hear it. It's quite weird just having only 5 gears as well. I find that really strange. Or 4 gears, 5 gears. And it was 1 down, 5 up on me street trip. But this, it feels like you sometimes, especially if you hit the motorway or anything like that, it feels like you need that extra gear. It's a little bit revvy, a bit noisy, but it's alright. When I first had it, I thought the rattling was going to be a bit of a problem, because they do vibrate quite a lot, Harley Davidsons do, but once you're actually going on the road like now, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You don't feel it at all. It's great. But yeah, it has got a few modifications on it. As you can see, it's had the mirror flip done. It's got the forward controls on it down here for the gear and the brakes. Which, to be honest, a bit more of a nicer riding position, to be honest, compared to having them where they are as standard. It's quite nice. But no, for our roads and for just plodding around these lanes and that, it's absolutely brilliant. It's perfect. Does everything you need. It's alright 2 up as well. I've had my lad on the back, it's quite good like that. Still pulls fine. But I want to get some cafe visits in it and stuff, nip around a few different cafes what are dotted about it. Take it for some proper little ride outs. Like now I'm in top gear now, and it's like I'm only at 50 mile an hour, and I've just tried to go up a gear because I didn't realise I was already in the final gear. Anyone that knows Harley Davidsons as well will know how absolutely flipping terrible the brakes are. They are awful. But yeah, it sounds great, it pulls really well. Yeah, it's not a bad bike. It depends what type of bike you're after. If you're after one of these type of bikes, then it will suit you down to the ground. But you hear a lot of shade being thrown at these 883s and saying, oh, they're the woman's Harley Davidson and blah blah blah, but they're not. Bike is a bike. If you're on 2 wheels, you're on 2 wheels, no matter what it is. 50cc or 125, it doesn't really matter. When I first passed me test, I was on a 50cc Peugeot Zenith scooter. My brother was on a Derby Sender 125. We rode an hour. Well, it was over an hour because my scooter won't go past 30 mile an hour. But we rode from Stoke to Matlock on a 50cc scooter. And I remember my scooter, as soon as we hit an incline, it slowed straight back down to 10, 15 mile an hour max. But we still enjoyed ourselves. We were just laughing about it. He was well ahead of me because he was on a geared 125 Derby Sender, but we just laughed about it. We found it funny. I may as well have got off and walked with it. It was that slow. But I think as long as you're on 2 wheels, no matter what you're on, I think you can have a great time. Doesn't matter if you're on a 125, it doesn't matter if you're on a 1600 cruiser, 1000cc GXE, it does not matter. I'm in top gear there, and it'll pull great. Wind the throttle on. Pheasants there. We've got the Bike for Life event coming up. I think it's at the end of May. And it's basically a ride out from me old Brace, Park and Ride in Shrewsbury, and you ride from there all the way to Telford. It's a hall on Telford, I forgot where it is, but yeah, you ride all the way to there, and it's absolutely brilliant, and it's all for the Air Ambulance charity. As you know, the air ambulance for bikers is the first thing what appears in most motorbike accidents, because the fatalities on a motorbike is obviously a lot much higher than being in a car, so the air ambulance is usually en route the majority of the time. I had a break for 9 years from riding, and the Bike for Life was one of the last ride outs what I did 9 or 10 years ago, and Cole Fogarty was leading all of us, and I think the recorded numbers for last year's ride out was around about 6,000 bikers. Basically, it's a ride out from me old Brace to Telford, and you ride around a few of the back roads and then down the motorway, and they hold all the traffic on the motorway for like all the bikers through, and then you have all parents and children standing on the bridges of the motorways waving at you as you're coming under them, and everyone's beeping and waving back at them, all the bikers and convoy. Yeah, it's really a sight to be seen. It's really good. Yeah, I think the entry fees, I think it's £25 for... It's £25, I think that's for your bike, yourself and your pillion. And that is for entry into the after event as well, at the hall where they have like live music. They have some stalls there, they have some bands playing and stuff like that, so yeah, it's really good. Really good. It's a great day out. It's well worth it. So much more confident on this bike than I was on the Triumph Street Triple. I don't know why. But to be fair, the guy I sold the bike to, he had a new tyre on the front because he said the tyre had uneven wear on it, which it did. It was really strange, and the back tyre was meant to have been a new tyre, which fooled both of us because it had so much tread on. When he took it to the tyre place, the guy checked it and says, "Oh no, some horses here." Yeah, it's a bit noisy, go plodding past the horses fast on. Yeah, the guy I sold it to, he took it to his bike place, what he uses, and they basically said that tyre looks like a new tyre, but it isn't a new tyre because it had a date stamped on it of August 2019, so it was already 7 years old, which isn't good for a tyre. So he ended up having 2 brand new tyres on it and said it was a totally different bike, so maybe that's the reason why I was a bit unnervy on corners and stuff, because both tyres were knackered. Take it on the A500 so you can hear it on there. As you can see, it will shift, guys. It does shift, and it does sound well. So they're more than enough power and more than enough speed in them. They're not a slow bike whatsoever. They are if you've come off something massive previously. Obviously it hasn't got the power of my Triumph Street 66675 what I was riding, but it's not that type of bike. It's a totally different type of bike. Not made for, it isn't made for thrashing around the lanes. But even now on here it's still relaxing and it's not mega loud. Mind a bit of a sun shield on the front of it though, a bit of a wind shield. The wind, when the wind catches you on your chest or just under your chin and tilts your head back, you can definitely feel it. Can definitely feel it. Another thing that I never really used as well, a great deal, was my back brake on sports bikes, whereas this, I think it's because the brakes are so shite, I seem to just go for my back brake all the time, as well as my front. Yeah, I seem to always go for my back brake, and I hold it with my back brake as well. low speed camera van, Mr. Cameravan. Mr. Cameravan. I haven't got a clue what time it is because my clock keeps resetting on the speedometer for some reason. It keeps going back to 12 o'clock and just flashing, and I set it the other day, but I'll have to have a Google and find out why that is. Right guys, I'm just going to end the video here to come pack all my stuff away before we get into work. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the sound of the bike with the quiet baffles in. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.